Hi, third graders. Happy Friday and welcome to day 5 of our online learning. Just like yesterday, we're going to do a Google Hangout at 9:30, but it would be helpful if you watched this video as soon as you could so that you could get your questions answered before the Hangout, and then any additional questions you have, you could ask me at that time. So to warm up, just like at school, we're doing a journal. So today I want you to write about what you were doing to stay busy during the time home from school. And I gave you some ideas to get you going, like are you having fun? What activities do you miss doing? Today, this doesn't have to be a races. It can be a little bit more creative, but remember a paragraph should have at least 5 sentences. An opening sentence, at least 3 details, things that you're doing, things that you're missing, and then a conclusion sentence. And if anyone's done with their journal before 9:30, we can have some people share again during the hangout. For reading today, so the first thing you're going to do is log into Think Central. I gave you directions for the username and password. I'm going to just go through the steps. So once you're logged into Think Central, you're going to click on My Library. Then you're going to click on Journey's Leveled Readers. Today we're all clicking the purple triangle, and then we're in lesson 18. So we're going to click Wind in the Pines. This will open up the story that you're reading today. To make it a little bit easier, I like to put the page view on double. So then when you read it, it's more like a regular book. See how it's open up to both pages. So you're going to read the entire story. If any of the story is difficult for you to read, you can click the audio button to listen to the story. Sometimes it's just fun to listen to the story instead. When you're done reading the book, in the back of the book, there is a write about it question, which is a text to world. I have put this question into the Google Doc for you. That's what you're going to do for writing today. So it says, use Wind in the Pines to help you answer the following writing response. Think about the many ways people use wood products. Write a paragraph that tells what might happen if there were not enough trees to make things from wood. You're going to include a possible solution in your paragraph. So the solution could be your own idea for how could we make sure there are enough trees to make wood, or what could we do if we didn't have trees. This is a little bit creative, but you should still be basing your ideas off the things that you read in the Pines, Wind in the Pines story. The next thing you're going to do is vocabulary. So same words, we've got the words up in the box. You're going to fill in the words on the blanks, or you can type them in. There's 10 words, so you're using each word only once. For science and social studies today, you're going to click to open up Newsella. Read the article about bees around the world. And then when you're done reading, you're going to do the 4 multiple choice questions. And please make sure you're recording a fact that you learned from the article. A lot of people have been forgetting to do that the past few days. So I'm actually going to highlight this so that when you open up your assignment, you know where to put it. All right, for math today, we're doing lesson 13-5 on envisions. So by now we should be really great at getting into envisions. Remember, if the username and password doesn't work, just go in by clicking on an old quick check. So we're going to look at the video together. I know you can't hear the sound always from the video, but I will read what the video is saying if we need to, or you can read along on the screen. So here we're going to find our video. Today we're working on solving a simpler problem and making a table, kind of like when we made organized lists. So each of 3 square tables has the side measurement shown here. If Carlos pushes the 3 tables together to make one long table, what will the perimeter of the long table be? How can you change the problem into problems that are simpler to solve? You can look at the perimeter of 1 table, then 2 tables, then 3 tables. How do you find the perimeter of a figure? Add the lengths of the sides. One table has a perimeter of 16 feet. Why might you need to know the perimeter of one table? We know it has 16 feet because it's a square, so all the sides are 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16. The perimeter is the distance around the table. Knowing the perimeter can help you know how many people could sit together at the table. Now look at the two tables pushed together. Can you multiply the perimeter of one table by 2 to find the new perimeter? Do you think we could just take 16 and multiply 16 times 2? No, because each added table will share a side with another table. A longer table, made from two tables pushed together, has a perimeter of 24 feet. We don't want to add this side up if they're sharing a side multiple times. So if you look, the video showing you the perimeter of one square is 16 feet. If we push 2 together, we have 24 feet. If we push 3 together, we get a perimeter of 32 feet. Keep in mind that each of these lines is worth 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. So now we're adding 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4 to get 24, or 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 4. Wait, 4 plus 4 plus 4. So 4, 8, 12. So the top is 12, the bottom is 12. That's 24, plus another 4 for this side, plus another 4 for this side, would bring us up to 32. And they made it nice and organized in a table. So if there's just one square table, the perimeter is 16 feet. If there's two tables pushed together, the perimeter is 24 feet. If there's three tables pushed together, the perimeter is 32 feet. So now that you have a pattern, you can continue the pattern without drawing the tables. A longer table made from 4 tables pushed together, if we added another 8, would be 40 feet. Let's take a look at the problems that we have to solve today. We're not doing the quick trick today. We're back to the problems in the document. So number 1, Annie has 15 hockey cards. Each day she gives 2 cards to her brother and 1 card to her friend. How many days will it take Annie to give away all her hockey cards? So this problem has more than one step. The first thing I would figure out was how many cards a day is she giving away altogether. So if she's giving 2 to her brother and 1 to her friend every day, each day she's giving away 3 cards. So if she's starting with 15 cards and giving away 3 each day, we can use repeated subtraction or we can use division to help us find our answer. Once we have the answer, we're going to put it on the line. Remember, where we have to put our unit. So let's look back at the question. It says, how many days will it take Annie to give away all her hockey cards? So we would fill in blank, the answer, and then our unit, days. For numbers 2, 3, and 4, we're going to use this table. This is actually pretty fun. We're almost like solving a puzzle here, and you can fill in the table as you figure out the missing clues. So this is a class schedule for another class. So here's their morning, and here's their afternoon. If you notice, we don't know what does the class do at 8:45? What does the class do at 9:40? At 10:55? At 12:15? And at 1:30? Some of those missing spots are in the morning, some of those missing spots are in the afternoon. So the missing spots could be math, science, reading, spelling, and social studies. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missing classes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missing spots. We're trying to figure out which classes go in which missing spots. As soon as we figure one out, we want to type it right in so that we know that that spot is taken. So for example, number 2, math is after morning break. So here's morning break, and math comes after that. So I know math can't be at 8:45 because that's before morning break. My next clue says spelling is at 9:40. This one I can just fill right in. So I would come up to the top and I would type in spelling. Then I'd maybe even want to highlight spelling so I know I already filled in spelling. It can't go anywhere else. I'm going to undo both of those things because this is something you'll have to do on your own document. The next clue says reading and science are the 2 afternoon classes. So I know reading could go here or here, and wherever reading goes, science is going to go in the opposite spot. So I couldn't have reading here, couldn't have science here. They're asking me at what time is math class. So if I'm able to figure out where spelling goes, no spelling goes here, I'm able to figure out that math has to be after morning break. So I know math can't go here because that's spelling. Math can't go here because it's after morning break. And I know science and reading go in the afternoon. What spot is left for where I could put math? Once you've figured that out, you're going to write that time on the line. The next question is what class is at 8:45? So you're going to have to use process of elimination here. Once you've filled out the other subjects, so when you know where math, science, reading, and spelling go, you'll be able to figure out what missing subject goes at 8:45. Number 4, science class is before reading. What time is science class? So you'll have to go back up to the top. You know that they're both in the afternoon and they're giving you a clue about which one comes first. So you're going to write the time for science class on the line. Number 5, you don't need to use the table anymore because at this point your whole table will be filled in. It says Mr. McNulty's classroom library has 286 books. If he buys 12 books each month for 5 months, how many books will he have in all? So this is another 2-step problem. So the first thing you're going to need to think about is how many books is he buying? So if he's buying 12 books a month for 5 months, I can either use multiplication or repeated addition to figure out how many new books he is buying. My next step is I have to remember that he already has 286 books. So I have to think, well, he has 286 books plus however many new books he's buying, which I should have figured out in my previous step. If I add those two numbers together, that sum should give me my total for how many books he has in all. Next, you're going to revisit reflex for 15 minutes, and then you can go back to the normal choices. I'm so impressed with everybody's hard work. I look forward to talking more in our Google Hangout and continue to leave comments with any questions throughout the day. Please make sure you are hitting turn in and checking back for your comments. Thank you.